Hello, Alex RC Freak here, coming at you with another video on how to install a eRevo original brushless edition 1.0, some people say now, wheelie bar on a eRevo brushless 2.0. So this is the 1.0 wheelie bar right here. Here's a mod I did. Let me just show you here. Hold on, let me just show you up close here. So what I do, I like the wheelie bar on the highest position. So you can disconnect this wheelie bar. It makes it really nice. I personally like the, whoops, just fell out of my fingers there. But there's different positions here, right? So there's 4 positions you can adjust the wheelie bar at. Personally, I like it at the highest position because I don't like to use the wing as a wheelie bar. So anyway, I put these zip ties here to help keep this from popping off. This little tab right here pops off sometimes. If you bash and you leave the wheelie bar on, just do light bashing and you leave the wheelie bar on or whatever. Or if you do a trail run, kind of off-roading it and you leave the wheelie bar on, sometimes they'll pop out of these little grooves that you have in them in. So I zip tie it because I'm going to keep it in the highest position. And that's where I keep it. And then also, here's a little mod. If you have some fuel tubing, this is fuel tubing I had lying around. You just get some fuel tubing. Your local hobby shop should have this in stock. And you stick the fuel tubing, if you can see it, see how it's blue? That fuel tubing right in there, right there. Yeah, that is fuel tubing. So basically what that does is it pushes this plastic piece out farther. So that way when you clip it in, it's nice and tight. It won't pop out because sometimes these will slide out. So just something to say. And for just saying, lately I have a tendonitis in this arm really bad. So my hand doesn't work as good right now lately as it should be working. So I picked up this cheap little screwdriver, 1/4-inch screwdriver thing at Walmart for $9, which isn't bad at all. So that's the only reason I am using this until my hand gets better. So that way I don't have it really get inflamed and then I'm in a really big issue after that. So basically, what you're going to want to do is completely remove the wheelie bar. So there's two 2.2 millimeter screws right here. Let's see if I can get you a better view of them. So there's 2 of them right there. And you can see that one there. And then there's one right there. And then there's one on each end right here of the wheelie bar. Or the wing mount, sorry, wheelie bar. You're installing the wheelie bar. So whoop. That one's out. That one's out. So let me just get my pliers real quick here. And I'll pull these screws right on out here. So you're going to need to pull those out. Just grab them out like that. Now, the wheelie bar will come with a wheelie bar mount. Let's see, sorry about my hand being in the way there. I do apologize. If you just bear with me here. So anyway, these are the original screws, okay? So these are the original. These are the longer ones right here. So look at how much longer they are compared to the factory equipment. They're about, I'd say, 4 or 5 millimeters longer. So anyway, you're going to set those aside because this is the mount. This is the mount that holds the wheelie bar. It slides in here, that groove, and it'll clip, you know, the wheelie bar will clip into that clip hole right there. And it bolts in with these 2 lower holes here. So anyway, you'll get that, and the part number for that wheelie bar is, just so you know, 5472. So let me get those screws out, and we'll be right on. Oop. I have enough room with this little thing. First time I'm using it, and it looks like I won't be able to use it on there. So basically, what I might be able to do, nope, won't be able to do it. So it's best just to remove that piece. So this is why I like hand tools, because if you can't really get to it, try a hand tool and you'll be able to get to it a lot easier versus stripping out the screw, or you know, who knows what you could be doing. That would not be a good situation if you strip out a screw. So just try to keep that in mind, that if you're working on your RC vehicle and you're on a hex head at an angle and you don't have a round ball end on that hex head, you could very easily strip out that screw or damage that screw in some way. So if you have that mindset, you just, you know, you need to just be paying attention, you know, and kind of look and make sure you're seated inside the hex of that screw socket head style or button head style correctly, and make sure that you don't strip out the head. This one I almost did because I was spinning on there, and I'll see if I can show you. See how it has a little bit spinning on there? That's a little bit messed up, a little chewed up. Yeah, that's just because I let it spin in there, which I shouldn't have did. But anyway, let's move on. So I got both screws out. So this wheelie bar should pop up like that. Pop on out. And it won't, because you gotta take off the body post. With the 2.0 e-revo, you have to take off the body post, because they have these little plastic things that go down. So let me just take that off. Like I say, that's the first time I did this on 2.0. The 1.0 just right on in, goes in like butter. You don't have to worry about anything. So these are those slide pin things. Maybe I could pop out one corner and, yeah, see, these are those stupid slide pin things. Okay, so maybe I could do it. Okay, yeah, so you just need to pop out one side, just lift it up. Just lift this corner up just enough to where you have a little bit of gap right there. And then you should be able to get out the wheelie bar. So this is the wheelie bar. This is the wheelie bar mount. So this piece right here, this little back piece right here. Oh, God, I keep flinging it out of my hands there. So basically, yeah, this piece right here clips onto this plastic right here. So basically, what you do is you take it. Let's see if we can do this for you. Yeah, clip it on like that. But you do it on the other side, obviously. So basically, you take it on this side, just like that. And you take it. This, you gotta spread one of these ends apart. Stick it on one of the ends. There we go. And then it fits in just like that. So, and then when you bolt it, you'll put the screws through here. This thing, the screws through here, and it'll go into there and thread into there, and make it a lot more stronger. So basically, yeah, stick the back on. Then you take this, stick it on like that. Drop this down. You're gonna have to push the wheelie bar down with some, you know, light little force, not like insane force, but you're definitely gonna have to use some force and push down on it, and it pops right on in. Look at that, and it seats in nice. So take your longer screws, your 2 longer screws, stick them in right there. You may want to start them by hand first. That's what I recommend personally. Just taking them, starting them by hand. Like I say, if you guys haven't watched my unboxing video, I'm doing a video upgrade series on this truck of what upgrades I think it needs, what upgrades I'm doing, and I'm doing quite a bit. So if you want to stay with me, I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be keeping them coming. Now, I only use this until you get a little bit to where it's almost all the way down. You'll see it. I'll stop when it's almost all the way down. There you go. I'll stop. It's not all the way in yet, so that way I can't strip out anything. Now, if you're watching, watch this little corner right here. That's where the screw is. Okay. So, I stopped before I actually completely bottom them out. Tighten that down. Tighten that down. Now you don't need to reef these tight. It's unnecessary to reef them tight. You take this little thing, take it. Sorry, my hands might be in the way there. And you just thread it in. I recommend doing these by hand. Don't use power tools because you can really... There's certain places on RC vehicles that I would, if you really, really want to use power tools to take it apart, I would recommend doing. But certain places I don't, because the plastic's really, really fragile. That's the only thing I'm saying. So, and then also, if you notice, right in here, these hubs, these rear hubs, this bearing right here, this collar comes out a little bit on the bearing. So, just letting you know. They are different hubs in the back. So, yeah. Anyway, so basically I'm going to stick these back in. Here, let me get my little 2mm wrench here, and I'll be right over to tighten them up if I could find it. It's right here. So I'll just use this one then. So basically what I'm doing here is, I'll show you here. So putting these two screws in, I'm going to pause the video, put them in, and I'll come right back. Okay, thank you for being patient there. But anyway, yes. So basically what I did, I'm going to show you here, is it fits on. I put the body on. This is the orange body, obviously. But as you can tell, it fits on there very nicely. See, you still got your factory bumper. It fits in there perfectly with your factory bumper. Does not rub, does not hit. Slides into that groove very nicely. If you notice, see those screw holes right down there? See? But yeah, so it does fit, and the wing mount goes on there. This wing mount is different than the original e-revo. So if you notice, this wing mount is different. See if I can get you a better view of it. This wing mount is different in the sense that right here, see how flat it goes right there? It goes really flat and swoops up. The new one kind of goes up higher, or the old one goes up higher and does that. So this wheelie bar, or this wing mount, is different than the original e-revo. Just like these battery compartment holes right here. Let's see if I can get you a better view. These battery compartment holes, these battery compartment doors are different. This little lip right here is different. This hole is bigger for battery wires. Look how deep that is. Now you don't actually have to take an X-Acto knife with a sharp #2 blade on it to cut that out bigger for your battery 10 gauge wires. So, true 10 gauge wires on good quality batteries. Because there's a lot of junky ass, like nanotech garbage and all that stuff out there from, other places. But yeah, this is the truck. That's, the first upgrade right out of the box that I recommend anybody to do. Very well recommended. And it looks good too. So it's not just, it's a big ugly wheelie bar. Like on all the Arma cars that seem to have wheelie bars, it's just ugly and it's like last thought. This thing, Traxxas put a lot of thought into this design of their wheelie bars, and I really like their wheelie bars. I think they make the best wheelie bars in the business, in my opinion. So, but yeah, it does fit. That's a Gen 1 wheelie bar on a Gen 2 e-revo 2.0. And the wing, it's nice and flush with the wing. So that way, if you like to do backflips, you're more than welcome to do backflips with the wheelie bar on. So I have never driven this truck yet. It's still literally brand new. It still has foam on the tires, literally. Look at that, it still has foam on the tires. So literally, it's brand new. I do mean that. So it even has a little chunk of foam right there on the wing. So, but yeah, that's the first upgrade, is the wheelie bar. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video. Please stay tuned to this video series. I'm doing upgrades right out of the box. I'm completely tearing apart the differentials, cleaning them in automobile parts solvent. Clean the transmission, complete all the gears, everything in automobile parts solvent, re-greasing it, cleaning out the torque biasing center drive, refilling it with 20 million differential fluid. I'm using 60K differential fluid, front and rear differentials. So that's the way that I like to personally run, because right now it's running 30,000 front and rear differential fluid. The center transmission is running 20 million, which is awesome. At least Traxxas did the center differential correctly, and they call it a torque biasing center drive. It's not actually called a center differential. It's called a torque biasing center drive. So they use 20 million in that, which is awesome because it's basically locked. It just has just enough flex to protect the drivetrain components. But this truck does really look like Traxxas actually did their homework on this e-revo finally, after costing people hundreds of dollars in parts because they couldn't get it right the first time. But like I say, this one looks awesome. I love the Revo platform. I like Traxxas vehicles. I don't like their electronics. So I got a couple surprises for you coming there too. So if you want to stay tuned to my channel, I'm more than happy to show you guys what I'm going to be doing with it. All right, Alex RC Freak out. Peace.